Imagine floating alone in space, where it's so quiet that you can hear your own heartbeat. Now picture something chilling happening that makes your skin crawl. In this video, we're diving into true stories from astronauts who experience terrifying and unexplainable things in space. Keep watching, because what you're about to see will leave you stunned. In May 1969, just 2 months before the historic Apollo 11 mission, Apollo 10 astronauts Tom Stafford, John Young, and Eugene Cernan were tasked with a crucial mission: to conduct a full dress rehearsal for the moon landing. They orbited the moon and descended to within 47,000 feet of the lunar surface. While on the far side of the moon and out of communication range with Earth, the astronauts heard a strange sound over their headsets, which they described as whistling or space music. The sound continued for nearly an hour, surprising the crew in the already tense environment. Although they found the noise unusual, the astronauts discussed it openly and reported it to NASA without fear of repercussions.
You want some more brownies? Now. First, these guys a little hungry.
That music even sounds outer spacey, doesn't it? You hear that? That whistling sound?
Yeah.
Richard. Yeah, it sounds like, outer space type music. Hey, Tom, is your insulation all burned off here on the front side of your window over here? Right?
Yeah.
Mine's all burned off. Heading out here, where are you, John?
Years later, when the recordings were made public, experts suggested the sound was likely caused by radio interference between the lunar module and the command module. The astronauts accepted this technical explanation, although they initially found the experience puzzling. The incident remains an intriguing part of the Apollo 10 mission. In July 1984, the Soviet space station Salyut 7 became the setting for a strange and mysterious event in space exploration. Space crew members Leonid Kazim, Vladimir Solovyov, and Oleg Atkov were on board when they reported seeing a bright orange light enveloping the station. The crew described witnessing unusual phenomena outside the spacecraft, which they found difficult to explain. According to some reports, the cosmonauts described seeing figures resembling humanoid forms with wings or halos, although no official documents or declassified reports confirm the specifics of these sightings. The cosmonauts were surprised and perplexed by the experience, but continued their mission without incident. Later, when a second crew visited Salyut 7, there were again reports of unusual visual phenomena. These accounts have led to various theories, from optical illusions and the effects of cosmic rays to psychological stress experienced during long-duration space missions. To this day, the exact nature of what the cosmonauts saw remains a mystery, leaving room for speculation and intrigue. The story of Salyut 7 continues to be a fascinating chapter in the history of human space exploration. In 2003, Yang Liwei became the first person sent into space by the Chinese space program, a historic achievement for China. But during his mission aboard the Shenzhou 5 spacecraft, something happened that has puzzled both scientists and space enthusiasts ever since. As Yang orbited Earth, he suddenly heard a knocking sound, as if someone was striking the body of the spacecraft. The sound occurred without warning, and when Yang looked out the portholes, he saw nothing that could have caused it. The knocking continued intermittently, with no clear source or explanation. Alone in the void of space, far from home, the unexplained sound must have been deeply unnerving. Upon returning to Earth, Yang reported the incident, but engineers and scientists were unable to offer a definitive explanation. Some speculated that it could have been the result of thermal expansion or contraction of the spacecraft's metal components, but Yang insisted that the sound was unlike anything he had heard before. The mystery remains unsolved, adding another eerie chapter to the history of space exploration. Spacewalks are among the most dangerous tasks astronauts can perform, and for Luca Parmitano, an Italian astronaut with the European Space Agency, a routine spacewalk in July 2013 nearly turned fatal. Parmitano was working on the exterior of the International Space Station, ISS, when he noticed something strange. His helmet was beginning to fill with water. Initially, he thought it might be sweat or a minor leak, but the situation quickly escalated. Water began to pool around his eyes, nose, and ears, impairing his vision and making it difficult to communicate with mission control. In the weightlessness of space, the water didn't drain, but instead spread across his face, creating a suffocating mask. As the liquid continued to rise, Parmitano struggled to find his way back to the airlock. His vision was almost completely blocked, and the water in his helmet muffled his radio, cutting him off from help. The only thing he could do was stay calm and rely on his memory of the ISS's exterior to navigate his way back. After what must have felt like an eternity, Parmitano managed to reach the airlock, where his crewmates quickly assisted him in removing his helmet and stopping the leak. It was later determined that the water had come from the suit's cooling system, but the incident highlighted the very real dangers astronauts face during spacewalks. Parmitano's near drowning is a sobering reminder of how even a small malfunction in space can quickly escalate into a life-threatening emergency. And there you have it, real stories from astronauts who face the unimaginable in space. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. But remember, the universe isn't the only place full of mysteries. If you're ready for more chills, click on the next video. You won't believe what was caught on camera.